Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Talk about a day. you know, you you go to bed with the expectations of something good happening, and when you wake up and it comes true, I don't know if there's anything more exciting than that. For any of you guys that have been following the events of today, last night before going to bed, I was hanging around and checking my Facebook, and there's a couple of groups that are on there that I kind of belong to. They're all aquarium related, and in one of them, I found a really interesting post on there. Hello, Danny, Sarah. Thank you for dropping in. Jeff, Eddie. Oh wow, everybody's coming in. Kyle, thank you for being here. And like I said, I was just kind of before going to bed browsing through Facebook, and the post came up that I know recently, well, probably less than a year, I think. It's when they had started up in downtown here in Yuma, the historical side. Hey, Sam. Dan is still on. Okay, no worries. Go do your thing with Dan. Uh I didn't even schedule this. This is just I'm kind of buzzing still from the excitement and the adrenaline of the events of today. Um this is probably by far my busiest day on YouTube that I've ever had. And well, anyways, the post was from the Children's Museum. They they've I think they're just coming up on their anniversary. Uh, that their 1 year anniversary of opening up the Children's Museum. And I thought it was really interesting because the post they were looking for somebody who was willing to help them out because they're a nonprofit organization, and they were looking for somebody to donate either a 60, between a 60 and 75-gallon aquarium. And luck would have it that I actually had an empty 75-gallon sitting in my garage that I haven't set up quite honestly because I haven't I don't have the room to do it. I have to reorganize this. I know I've been talking about changing the the structure of my fish room to try to open it up more and stuff like that. Hey Keith, thanks for coming in. Um and so I said, what a better cause to be able to do and take something, because originally these aquariums that I had here that I haven't set up are from a friend of mine, Alvaro. And unfortunately for him, he was downsizing because he was going to have to move. I knew I didn't have the room to really set them up. Hey, hey, Raz, thank you for being here. And I just I knew I had to restructure this, but I couldn't really pass up on the opportunity of getting that 300, which I still haven't done anything with yet. And it's just you if those of you that I've shown you a little bit of the garage know how cluttered it is. And I thought, well, you know what, it's got to be faith. That I came across that post that I happen to have not only the 75-gallon aquarium because they were hoping to find um somebody that had could provide all the essentials. They've been getting a lot of offers from people wanting to piece together. They're giving them a few fish, but the problem is, and not to discredit their generosity, but a lot of the stuff that I saw that they were trying to give away was stuff that was becoming a problem for them. And why would you want to pass on a problem to somebody else? That's just me, and I'm a little bit older and crankier and whatever, right? But I couldn't help but remember when I was a kid, and I remember how much aquariums used to attract me. I was a very hyperactive kid, and I would never be able to sit still for very long. But anytime I found myself around aquariums, they would captivate me. And I always have found them to have a very soothing quality to them. And it doesn't matter what kind of a day I'm having. It doesn't matter how stressful or how anything. Uh, Yeah, you probably do, Keith, or how stressful or anything, things are. I can come in here and my whole emotional state will change. So, being able to draw back on the memories of being a kid, I thought I have to do this. I have to jump on this opportunity. So I did. And that happened last night. I posted a comment on there. I wasn't sure how quickly I was going to hear for them, and everything works out for a reason. It just so happens today, it's a day off for me, so I was kind of going to be around. Uh, so like around 9 o'clock, I get the response back from them, and they said they were super excited that somebody was willing, because I on my post I had told them, I said, look, not only do I have a 75-gallon aquarium that you're looking for, but I can provide you with the complete setup, from from the bottom up. I can, because they were looking also that I have a stand. I didn't have a stand, but I told them I can build a stand. That's not a problem. That's relatively easy to do, and I can pull off a sort of aesthetic looking stand with my limited skills. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more on the rustic side, but still tastefully done. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping to accomplish. But anyways, but immediately I started thinking about the way I have my aquarium set up, and I thought, what a better way to set up an easy, low maintenance community aquarium, and then doing a planet tank. Now, one of the most memorable aquariums for me is an aquarium that Mike Coleman has. He's a gentleman that I did the tour on, who lives in Phoenix, or in the Phoenix area, who's a local breeder there. Excuse me. And he has in the living room. And when I went to go do the tour of his house, I knew he had tanks in his living area, but I didn't feel comfortable filming it because it's somebody's living quarters, and I didn't want to put him in a situation where he felt like he had to allow me to do that. And if he would have offered up to go ahead and film those, I would have. Wow, everybody's coming in. Let me see. Shady Grady, thank you for joining us. Garcia, thank you for being here. David, nos vemos pronto. And let's see who else. I think that's Brian. Thank you for dropping in. Keith, thank you so much for being here with me. And I think that's everybody so far. I know there's a way that you can look at all this, but I haven't figured it out yet. And so, anyways, bye. Where are you going, babe? Uh, and well, I went to go look at it, and then that aquarium is like the third time that I've seen from Mike Colesman. It's like a 40. It's like a 40-gallon, but it's one of those the Fluval Flex setup aquariums. And it is, if I can dig hard enough, I think he's got it posted on Facebook. But he's got all sorts of plants in that aquarium. But what makes it so special is that it's a nano species. And him and I think that's why we get along so well, is because we're both kind of in tune to the smaller fish. And hey, Sal, thank you for joining us today. And he has some of the most vividly colored CPDs, and but it's one of those aquariums, when you first look at it, what your eye gets drawn to is the amount of plants that are in there. And I can't name off all the plants that were in there, because I don't remember, and two, I don't know the names of them. He's big into plants also. But that aquarium is just pristine. It's immaculate. I know one of the keys to it is that he has a bunch of Amano shrimp in there that help him keep a lot of the hair algae at bay and stuff like that. And but as you look into it, you start seeing all this assortment of different nanofish. But the ones that just kind of stand out on me were those celestial pearl Daniels, because they had like almost fire orange finish. I know they're orange, but his were almost like if they were neon lights. That's how vivid they were. And I guess he's used to getting that reaction from that aquarium, because him and his mom were standing behind me, just kind of waiting for me to spot them. And when I reacted, they both busted out laughing because it's just one of those things. And the longer I stared into the aquarium, the more I saw the magic that was in there. Setting up the aquarium for the yeah, that's what I'm talking about today. I'm still buzzing about that whole situation. Well, anyways, that's the inspiration for what I kind of want to do at the Children's Museum. I want to be able to set up that 75 with well, I'm not going to be able to do a bunch of nano species because one, I don't have the stock to be able to do that. But I can pull off an attractive community tank for the children. I have, as you well know, and you guys have been seeing the tag behind me. I'm growing out a bunch of angelfish in there, so I'm thinking I can use some of those fish, and I want to use some of the live bears that I have. And the reason for the live bears in my thinking is, with the angelfish in there, it's going to sort of self-regulate the population in that aquarium when it comes to the live bears, but there'll be enough fry to make it. If I do this correctly and put enough plants in there, there's going to be enough hiding areas for some fry to make it. And as these children are looking into the aquarium, I want them to be surprised by the occasional fry that'll pop up. I can already hear these kids, the excitement of seeing little baby fish. And by setting it up with some live bears, I think I can accomplish that relatively easy. And so, as if I don't know how many of you guys have been watching the video. Both of those videos are doing extremely well for me. I'm uploading the third video right now as we speak, because I haven't stopped all day. I have been are the ones maintaining. Yes, I am. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. Hey, David, gracias por estar aquí. So what, Daniel? Thank you for being here. Marcy, nice. This is the first time I see you on a live stream. And if I recall, Sunny, thank you for dropping in. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm sorry if I'm missing somebody, but so okay, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? So much going on. Oh, okay. Well, I got the message, so I responded immediately, and I said, "Hey, any chance we can meet today?" And much to their surprise, I guess, they said, "Yeah, we I know. Typically, today is reserved specifically for doing tours of the local elementary schools to the museum." And she goes, "If you don't mind a little bit of chaos, come on down." They were open from like 9 to 10, and then they were gonna have. She had a little bit, like 30 minutes or so before she had to take off for lunch or whatever. So I said, you know what, in that small gap, I just need to see one, where they want to locate it, and also to be able to have a quick conversation with them as to what their expectations are. And so I got down there, and I got to meet the two lovely ladies that work there. And it's just like I said in that video, I don't know who was more excited about the whole situation, if they were or I was. But I did everything that I could contain myself from screeching. No, but yeah, I don't. I just today has been one of those really exciting days for me. I mean, I am truly still pumped on this great opportunity. But we got to talking, and I said, "What are your guys' expectations about the aquarium?" And they said, "You know what? We were thinking maybe a native aquarium, but," and I said, "But," she goes, "We know the fish, people don't usually get attracted to them." I said, "Yeah, yes and no, because I understand what you're trying to do. It's a children's museum. Now, if this was an aquarium setup or something towards that fact, I would have definitely gone with the natives because they wanted to do something with the Colorado River, and I happen to have the species that are in there as we speak." But I said, I understand. So maybe that could be a project for an educational, something that I set up an aquarium for, maybe something else that we can revisit, revisit. But anyways, for the time being, I said, look, uh, because they're children, we probably want to get a little bit more color, a little bit more interest in that aquarium. So my idea was obviously try to do some of the angelfish because they have a very unique appearance. Uh, and again, I'm trying to do this entirely myself. I don't want to burden anybody with anything. I'm not asking for any donations, none of that stuff. Because quite honestly, I have the means to be able to do this. The only thing that I was thinking that I might be short on was some of the plants that I was going to use, and I'm going to keep it very, very basic. I am a sucker for a Vallisneria aquarium. They look good. They're easy to maintain. They keep propagating, so you have more, and it gives great hiding place for fish. And you get that effect where some of the fish will swim in between it, so there's just a little bit more interaction. I love that, and you make an aquarium look green and lush, very easy and very inexpensive. So that's what I'm going to do in there. I might take some other um, plants that I have in here. I do have some dwarf chain swords. I have a 10-gallon that is completely covered in the bottom, so I might be able to pull some of that in there and let it grow out over time. Um, and because the maintenance, I don't, like I told them, I don't want to have to be doing maintenance every week. Not that I can't, but I don't want to be an inconvenience for them either. So the longer I can prolong the maintenance in that aquarium, the better off we're all going to be. Because the way I set up my aquariums, I'm not having to get in there every single time and mess with them. Especially if they have to close for an extended period of time for whatever reasons, or I have to go on vacation. I want I can have some of these aquariums go 3-4 weeks without me having to do anything with them. I already know that I can get away for 2 weeks without having to feed them, and nothing happens. And I'm not gonna, it's not going to be an exception with this aquarium. It's basically going to be a reflection of the way I keep aquariums. I'm really contemplating the idea of going with a deep substrate aquarium, because that way I can use some potting soil that'll be the nutrients for the plants. It's, like I said, it'll be some very basic jungle val, dwarf chain swords, stuff like that. I might be able to pull maybe an Amazon sword from one of my aquariums, and be able to do that. Um, I the only thing I need to figure out is whether I'm going to keep that as an open tank. If I do that, then I have the option of probably putting some plants on the top with the roots in the water, which really that's what I like to do. Most of these kids are like kindergarten age to, well, we'll say elementary, but as far as their concern was that they didn't want the kids to be able to reach all the way to the top and put their hands, but we're really focusing more like on the kindergartens, first graders, second graders, who could potentially do that. The little bit older kids, well, then they could do a little bit more. And as far as the teachers being able to keep an eye on them. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with the 30-inch stand, and I forgot how tall the 75 is, but it should be tall enough where you know like a 6-7 year old can reach all the way to the top. And so like I said, and so that was kind of like what we talked about. They seem to agree with it. um I have a soft deadline for the 22nd of March, because they're having like an exhibit opening, and I like to have it ready for that. Also, like in between from now and then, I'm going to be gone for like 4 days. We're going to go see our daughter in Vegas, and so I want to have it done before then, so that from by the time I leave and they have the exhibit, it's at least had a week for the aquarium to settle down, and just the water to be able to clear out and start looking better. Obviously, the longer I can do that and have it up and running, the better off it's going to be. As far as cycling the tank, I already have plenty of cycled media that I'm going to immediately be able to put in there, let it run maybe a day or two so the bacteria, the beneficial bacteria, proliferates inside the aquarium. Uh, and so it's not going to be an issue for me. I've all of these I've been pretty much been able to instantly uh, cycle them. And so that's what it was. I came home, told my wife, she was excited for me, and we also took a trip to Home Depot today because I needed to get the lumber for the stand and be able to build that. Now, and this I haven't talked to them, but just hearing what they were looking for because they're trying to do some interactive exhibits for the kids. And this aquarium is cool. It's nice. But I'm thinking, wouldn't it be even better if I could do like 3 tanks and set them up the way that I have it here, where it would be 1 tank behind me and 2 on the sides, so you get like an U shape, and then in the middle, they can either read books for the kids or they can talk about if they want me to talk to the kids about the fish, I can do that. I can give them an explanation on a special day. But I think being able to set up 3 aquariums like that, and I want to be able to, the 75-gallon gives me a lot of flexibility to do a lot of stuff. Now, what would be really awesome was if we can get maybe one of the aquarium manufacturers to say, hey, we'll donate a couple of more aquariums so that we can do that. Now, all of this, obviously, I would have to consult with them because that would require them to move a little bit of the current exhibits that they have, which it can be done. Um, what they have, I didn't film many of the stuff in there because one, it was my very first interaction with them. I didn't want it to be about creating content. I wanted to make sure that we were on the same uh, same page as to what they were doing. Was this going to be a fit for the both of us? They were super excited about the fact that I want to help, that I want to continue to be involved with the maintenance and doing all that stuff in the aquarium, which the way I set them up, it's real easy. I'm just doing water changes for the most part. And that's the way I have all my aquariums set up. They showed me where the water was at. They were willing to move stuff, electricity and plumbing. I said, no, 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 no. You guys are a nonprofit. You guys don't need to be spending extra money. I can get a Python, be able to hook up where they're at, and have access to the aquarium, be able to do a water change and call it good. Even if I have to use buckets, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that far from their public restroom, which would give me access to be able to do anything that I need to do. So, like I said, it's been a thrill for me. One, to be able to do something, especially because it's for kids. And I know any of you guys that have been following Steve and I, one of the things that we've always been preaching is trying to get kids involved. And and also the excitement is I'm finally at a stage where I have the means to be able to do something like that. And a lot of it has to do with the generosity of other people. Um, and thanks to their generosity, it's allowed me to do this. And I'm not one to forget about that. And once this gets going, I will make sure that I acknowledge the people that have contributed to this unbeknownst to them because they gave me the stuff. They've been an integral part of me being able to have the required equipment, material, and all that stuff that goes along with that, thanks to their generosity. Because a lot of these people, because they know that I have a fish room, because they know I have a YouTube channel, whatever you want to call it, are able to reach out to me and say, "Hey, I'm getting rid of this. Would you want it?" And that's how I've been very fortunate. I've been very blessed. A lot of the equipment you see in here, I really haven't had to pay for it, and that's just because people, for some reason, you know, um, want to work with me. I guess is it's I don't know, but I'm ecstatic. Um, I just I'm over the moon with this. I I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight because my head's running with ideas, and things that I want to do. Again, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm looking to set up two other aquariums in there. One of the ones that I thought that would be a great aquarium for these kids would be doing the Shelleys. Um, Maybe I can come up with a situation where we have an exhibit that goes up for maybe a month, 2, 3 months, and then we swap it out. I don't know. Like I said, first of all, I have to do a really good job with this one. Hopefully, it goes over well with them. And if that happens and this continues to be a very nice partnership, then maybe I can tackle some of that other stuff. And so that the kids have a little bit more more stuff that they can interact with. But that's it's time for a cigar and a glass of bourbon to celebrate. Ah, you're not kidding. But I already had my cigar in my drink yesterday. If I would have known this was going to happen today, I would have saved that. I think it would have tasted even better today. But that's all right. Friday's right around the corner, and we'll be able to do that. But you know, I it's one of those things where I know. Oh well, going back to what they were saying, they were really surprised as how quickly I had come around because I guess they've had quite a bit of quite a bit of interest from people that were willing to give them stuff, but they couldn't coordinate a time and a date to meet up so they can, explain to them what it is that they wanted. Um, like I said, this happened last night, and I was there this morning, 11 o'clock. As soon as she told me I have a small window at 11, boom, I was there, and it was just it's great. It's something they wanted to do a whole that they do little placards to for recognition. I'm not seeking any recognition. Um, I'm just happy that I have this opportunity. I'm super excited because it's for kids, and I don't know. I've always believed in karma, and sorry about that. It's just that I can remember when I was a kid. I can remember when I was a kid and how much. Sorry. Okay. Remember growing up as a kid and not being able to have these things. It's finally be in a situation where I can be able to give back. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It's just a little bit overwhelming, to say the least. I didn't know I was going to get it like this. I'm sorry. But, anyways, I just hope this works out. Um, and I hope it's the beginning of something beautiful, you know. And I'm just so happy that I'm blessed with this opportunity. Oh God. Oh man. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm getting overcome with this, but either way, um, I'm just super excited. Um, you know, oh man, am I gonna have to cut this short? Come on, get over this. Get over this. Compose yourself. All right. It's just a great opportunity, and I'm just happy that I'm the one. What the hell's going on? I'm just happy that this happened to me, and you know, what in the world? Well, anyways, I don't think I have any more else to say other than I just wanted to share this with you guys because this to me is really huge and a little bit overwhelming. That sucks. You guys are seeing an old man cry, but I just want to say thanks to all of you guys um, that support me, in this crazy venture, and that are always there. Look at you, man. You guys, there's like 4 other streams that are going on, but yeah, you guys decided to be here. So for that, I want to say thank you. I really don't have the words to express my God damn, get a hold of yourself. To express my gratitude. I mean, it's just this is a side you guys haven't seen of me, but yeah, I kind of tend to wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm sorry. But anyways, thank you. Thank you, and just continue to watch, continue to just watch the content that I'm doing, and that's all I can really say. I was hoping to be able to hang out a little bit more, but I I need to step away for a bit. But again, thank you, so much, and I'll keep you guys posted. You guys take care. Love you all. Bye bye.